Hello, my fine, amazing people. I'm on my way to work, and while I was here walking, I thought to myself, what am I going to talk about today? What's going to be the topic for today, for this morning? And I figured that the topic should be about that just outstanding, benevolent, just all around great organization that we know of called the Freemasons. And I know what you're saying, Merlin. I mean, what else is there to say about the Freemasons, Merlin? They're so just gosh darn awesome, right? Right? I mean, we already know that. What else do you have to say about them? They're humanitarians. They look after their fellow brothers. I mean, they're making this world such a better place. And we know this. So, what you bringing to the table, Merlin? Well, I figured I'd talk about some things that not many people bring up when talking about the Freemasons. One of the things, one of the more interesting facts about the Freemasons that I hear nobody talk about, nobody bring up, nobody mention. And maybe there is somebody out there who has. I mean, I assume that in the vastness of the internet, YouTube, one of those places, somebody has, done the due diligence to actually put something together that explains this. And I would actually love to see a full-on presentation based on what I'm about to talk about. Maybe I'll have to make it myself. I don't really want to, but maybe. But one of the things that nobody ever mentions about the Freemasons is that they are a breakaway civilization. Yeah, they are I repeat myself, a breakaway civilization. And I know you guys are really intelligent, but for those who don't know what that term means, breakaway civilization is basically just a group or civilization of people who essentially split off from the main developmental timeline of a society or a base civilization. Okay, so theoretically, let's say we're going to use the Mayans as an example for a breakaway civilization, right? I'm not saying I'm not using them as a legit, example. I'm just saying theoretically. So, well, we know the Mayans supposedly disappeared, right? Whatever. Let's just say that the Mayans never disappeared, and let's say the Mayans just retreated to a state of seclusion and continue to develop themselves parallel, tangentially to everyone else. But nobody really knew, nobody was the wiser, nobody really knew, right? So by the time you get to modern day and age, you've got the Mayans, and the Mayans are this crazy advanced, super, developed culture civilization. They've got all this kind of crazy stuff, and again, nobody was the wiser because they kind of did it in secret. And that's essentially what a breakaway civilization is. There have been many breakaway civilizations in the past. I don't really have time to get into the different ones here, but this is something that happens. Another good example fictionally is the civilization of Wakanda in the Black Panther and Avengers Marvel movies. Wakanda is the perfect example of a breakaway civilization. Anyway, the Freemasons, they're not an organization. They are a breakaway civilization that exists within our own. We talk about them, and we talk about, their their loving tactics of how they like to, follow everybody around and monitor people and police people, essentially. They're a breakaway civilization. And you'll find that on the higher levels, so you have the bottom levels that serve as an entry point, and that's one thing. And you even have, like, so we as the people on the ground, we know about their lodges and stuff, but when you get to the higher levels, you find out that you're dealing with an infrastructure that goes so deep that essentially you're dealing with a system of roots connected to a tree that has been forcefully growing throughout our own civilization for a very long time. These people, they have technology. Like, it's not just dudes on the street. You gotta understand that this is not just dudes on the street. They have technology that would make your head spin. They have facilities. Some of these underground bases are actually Masonically run. You get what I'm saying? Some of these underground bases are Masonically run. It's not all military. It's not all military, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, because some of the bases are run actually by certain races of entities. Some of them are reptilian run. Some of them are run by other entities. Some of them are actually, they're Masonic. Da-da-da! They're Masonic. They also have ships. I'm not talking about like 747s. I'm talking about ships that defy gravity. I'm talking about shit that looks like UFOs. X-Files shit. They have it. I wouldn't be surprised if you were able to tomorrow, if you were able to hit a button that decloaked everything that was up there flying around over our heads, that we technically aren't supposed to see. Oh, you'd see some of those, you'd see weird-ass, freaking ships that had, Masonic insignias on them. That had squares and compasses on them. I swear on my life you would see that. Because I'm actually, I'm having memories now resurface where, I've been in places like that. They want us to think, it's so crazy, because even on the base level, they want us to think that, it's just this thing, we're running the world, but we're doing it through, these very accessible means. Nah, dude. You're dealing with stuff that exists beyond this world, beyond this dimension. It's crazy. I wouldn't be shocked if you found, if you left this dimension, let's say you went into, the fourth dimension, okay? Which I don't talk about the fourth dimension a lot. I should probably talk about it more. The fourth dimension is not a happy place, because it's under control. It's under the entities that control it. A lot of them are nasty entities. It's a lot of reptilian shit and other shit in the fourth dimension. It's not fun, And what people don't really understand is our world, our third dimensional world, actually serves as a springboard into the fourth dimension. So you would see a lot of third dimensional stuff that kind of extended outward, for example, you had a Masonic temple, a lodge here in the third dimension, and then if you saw that same lodge in the fourth dimension, it would kind of extend into the fourth dimension and be something else entirely. You get what I'm saying? So that's also an aspect of it all. This shit is so complex, people. It is so insanely complex. We talk about the Men in Black and all that. You watch those movies and all this shit that they have. Masons aren't far behind. The Masons are not far behind. So, take that information and do what you will with it. Do what you like. And I will talk to you guys later. Still got a little bit of a walk. And yeah. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.